Welcome to A Hard Look, the Administrative Law Review podcast from the Washington College of Law. We'll discuss how administrative law impacts your daily life, from regulatory actions by agencies and the litigation over them, to the balance of power among branches of the government. This is A Hard Look.
Hello, and welcome to A Hard Look, a podcast by the Administrative Law Review at the Washington College of Law. I'm your host, Richard Ingebretson, and thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to be taking a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at the podcast, why the Exec Board of the Administrative Law Review thought a podcast was a good idea, and why specifically administrative law is an important topic to discuss. With me today to help answer those questions is Caroline Rashbaum, the Editor-in-Chief of the Journal. Caroline, thank you for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me, Richard. I'm really excited to be here.
Me too. I'm really excited for the first episode. So, Caroline, why don't we begin by talking about a little bit of the history and origins of the Administrative Law Review?
Yeah, I'd love to explain that a little. So the American Bar Association decided to start an administrative law journal after the passage of the Administrative Procedure Act in 1946. Luckily, Washington College of Law actually merged with the American Bar Association to create this journal, and it actually started in a supply closet and is now in one of the most widely circulated journals in the country. So we're really proud of our history there.
Obviously, the journal has, as you mentioned, a substantial publication. We also have the online publications where we publish some smaller pieces digitally. Why did the exec board of the journal feel a podcast was something that we wanted to add?
Yeah, that's a good question. Our executive board, while we're very proud that our print publication is so widely circulated and that people are still reading the print version, we feel that the forums for discussion are constantly changing in this day and age, and we wanted the next generation of administrative law practitioners to be able to have, a different forum like a podcast to be able to discuss these important issues of administrative law.
Now, we keep talking about, administrative law and the practitioners of administrative law. What does that mean, Caroline? Why is administrative law so important?
Well, I think administrative law, what's so crucial about it is that it intersects with so many different areas of the law. So, for example, I want to be an immigration attorney, but in order to be an immigration attorney, you have to interact with lots of different agencies, and therefore, administrative law is extremely crucial to my education as a law student.
And you're right, it touches on so many different areas, on the environment, on national security, on trade and commerce, and pretty much any single way you could think of, it does touch your life.
Right.
I know as a first year, when I first came to law school, I didn't know what administrative law was.
I did not either, and now I eat, sleep, and breathe administrative law.
And our editor-in-chief of the Administrative Law Review. So hopefully, to all the 1Ls listening, you have a better idea of what administrative law is and how it could, help you and how you would use it. And we hope you'll continue tuning in. And anyone else that's tuning in, we hope that this will give you some idea of the myriad ways administrative law is affecting our daily lives. Caroline, thank you for coming on and helping answer these questions.
Thank you so much for having me, Richard.
And thanks to our listeners for tuning in to this first mini episode of A Hard Look. On our next episode, we'll be taking a look at some major upcoming rulemaking from the Trump administration that will freeze automobile emission standards, a proposal that has profound implications on the environment, economy, and federal system of the United States. I'll be talking to one of the preeminent advocates in that arena to help discuss this issue. We are just beginning production on our next few episodes, and we love to hear from you, our listeners, if you have any ideas of episodes or people that you want us to interview. So please tweet your ideas at us on Twitter at ADLawReview. Twitter is also how we will let you know when our first official episode will be ready to air and be online. Until then, thank you for listening, and we hope you will tune in again.